if you don't know me, I'm Maya Matero. I'm the Secretary of the West Sussex Youth Cabinet, and I'm here to represent young people across West Sussex. And I'm here to talk about the Children and Young Persons Mental Health Questionnaire that we did between September and December, aiming to understand young people's views and experiences. And just to put it out there, that the most common answer and response that we got was that people were either scared, fearful, or embarrassed to reach out for any sort of help. So just please keep that in mind whilst I do the report. So we surveyed 50 young people across West Sussex from ages 8 to 23, and the most common were teens averaging around 24. And these people are just general people across West Sussex, so they don't have to be part of a service already. And we've got some responses here from the actual question, so if you don't mind, I'll read some of them out. So the first question that we got was, where do people feel safe talking? And mostly people said that family and home is their number one safe space, and friends as well, and school. But some people have no one, which leads me on to using social media for help. And my personal opinion is that I don't agree with that, but I'm here to represent everyone. So I've found that people have been using things such as AI to ask for help and to get an understanding of what could happen to them and what could be wrong with them. And it's not a beneficial thing to do as West Sussex, because we as services should be able to help and support, even if before they come to us with a problem, it doesn't have to get to a certain extent for then to us to actually have action. So I feel like services for everyone should be available as much as they can. And then there has also been campaigns from young people to help for young people as well, partnering with Young Minds, etc., and the Youth Cabinet as well. We find that campaigns for young people listen to young people, so using us as young people as much as you can will really benefit a good outcome out of it. And then the second question that we got was, what makes it hard to ask for help? And people, as I said before, people worry about being a burden, they worry about fear of judgment and not being believed. And some of the responses that we got were fear of judgment, or people that will think that they are overreacting or attention seeking, or that they are scared that they will get in trouble, so they are worried about being a burden. I feel like in schools as well, which leads me on to my next point, in schools, it's a big thing to sort of feel like you're becoming a burden. Speaking from experience as well, you don't really know where to get help. And if you do get help, you don't know how long that help will last until either the very end or either right at the beginning. So you don't really know as a young person if it's reliable to get help from schools, etc. And then the third one is, what could adults and schools do to help? So we got regular check-ins and create calm and safe spaces in schools and reduce academic pressure, which is a big thing. As someone who's come freshly out of GCSEs, academic pressure in schools is really, really hard, because yes, you want to get good grades, but then also I personally feel like that they kind of forget that, like, we are humans and we do have feelings as well, and that putting that academic pressure on us doesn't help our mental health whatsoever. So I feel like, especially during academic seasons and exam seasons, children's services should have a really big impact on schools as well. And then on to the fourth question. The fourth question was, how do you look after your own mental health? The majority say talking to families and friends as well, and they do hobbies and creativity. And to sum it all up, they sort of detach from the world and stay within their own space. And I feel like as a young person, that's a lot to take on, because as a young person, you should have other sources and you should have other places that you can go to. But if it ends up you having to detach yourself from the world and doing your own thing, yes, it may be beneficial, but then how long will that take until it turns into something worse, unfortunately? And then we also did one of the last questions, if I can just find it. That is there anything else that you would like us to know in relation to helping young people with their mental health? One answer stuck out to me, where it says, all young people deserve support, not just the ones that are outspoken about how they feel. And I talked about this before, but you don't need to get to a certain point to access help. Everybody has mental health. Every young person has mental health. So I feel like there should be services for everybody before they reach a certain point to access that help that they need and that they deserve. Thank you.
you.